Well, hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this morning I was up at 5 a.m. doing some stock screening research, and one of the interesting stocks I found was Freshpet. Now, I know what you are thinking. You subscribe to this channel for hot growth stocks, so why am I talking about a pet company? Well, this stock piqued my interest because it is up 86% on the year and is up over 1,000% from its lows back in early 2016. So just by looking at the chart, we can see that this is a company that has grown a lot over the past 5 years. And while this isn't the type of company I would normally invest in, I do think that it could be a good growth stock that you should take a look at. But first, go ahead and click that subscribe button because I've already asked all of my relatives, including my mom and dad, to subscribe, and most of them said no. So I'm gonna need your help now more than ever to keep growing. So why am I focusing on this stock when there are literally thousands of different stocks out there? Well, one of the main reasons I like this stock is because of its name. I like companies where the name is very descriptive of what the company sells. This helps brand awareness and makes new investors more likely to purchase the stock, since it takes very little research to understand what the company does. And understanding a company's products and services is the first step when researching stocks to buy. After all, when we invest in a stock, we are loaning money to the company. That business will then use our money to invest into their products or services they provide. And if the products or services perform well in the market, then the company and our money will grow. So basically, if you invest in an individual stock without any understanding about the products the company makes, then you are gambling. So first, I will go ahead and explain the products Freshpet makes. Freshpet is an American manufacturer of fresh refrigerated food and treats for dogs and cats. And what is unique about Freshpet is that they use all natural ingredients in their food. This is important because more and more people look at their pets as not just a pet, but as a member of the family. And so the same trends we have been seeing in healthy organic human food is spilling over into the dog and cat food market. Now, the next step in researching a stock is to look at the total addressable market for the products or products the company makes. Or in other words, the total addressable market will show us the growth potential for the company. And according to the APPPA, which stands for the American Pet Products Association, there are 63 million households in the US that own at least one dog, and 42.7 million that own cats. And I say cats because let's be honest, if you own cats, you never just have one. So that's a lot of pet owners in the US, and I think that number will only keep increasing for the foreseeable future. And total pet owners spent $90.5 billion in 2018 on their pets and $95.7 billion last year, with estimates for 2020 coming in at $99 billion. That is a lot of money considering that in 1996, pet owners in the US only spent $21 billion on their pets. Of that $95.7 billion spent last year, $36.9 billion was spent on food and treats. And when we compare these numbers to Freshpet's market cap of only $3.3 billion, we can see that there is still a lot of room for growth. Now, the main reason I like Freshpet is that they are focusing on the premium pet food market, which is seeing higher growth rates than other segments of the pet food market right now. This is, I think, driven by the fact that people are increasingly seeing their dogs and cats as part of the family. And what's interesting is that if we look at the median age people get married now, we can see that the ages for men and women keep going up. In 2018, the average age for men was 30, and for women, it was 28. And as adults wait longer to get married and start families, they are more likely to get a pet to keep them company. Also, when you don't have kids, your dogs and cats tend to become your kids. Therefore, you are much more likely to spend more money on your pets. The other thing is single people tend to have more disposable income. Therefore, they are more likely to spend more on premium pet food for their dogs and cats. So of course, all of this is theoretical, but one way to know for sure if this is actually happening is to look at the revenue growth rate for Freshpet. Typically, when evaluating stocks, I am looking for stocks that have a history of at least 20% revenue growth. However, it does depend on the type of stock I am evaluating because for software companies, for example, I look for revenue growth rates in the range of 40 to 50%. But for a consumer discretionary stock such as Freshpet, I expect it to be a little lower. Freshpet has been able to achieve 8 consecutive quarters of 20% revenue growth, with 7 of those quarters coming in at over 25%. So that is really good, and it is what I am looking for when I am evaluating growth stocks to add to my portfolio. I also like the consistency that they have been able to achieve over the past 2 years. Now, a lot of that growth has been driven by household penetration, which was up 21% last year. However, as these new customers mature, Freshpet expects the amount of pet food they buy to go up. So consumer retention will be important moving forward for the company, but so far Freshpet has executed well and has been able to retain a lot of their customers. So let's go ahead and take a look at Freshpet's profit margin next. Profit margin is important to look at because we do want to see that the company is getting a good profit margin on the products they sell. And for Freshpet, we can see that they have been able to achieve close to a 50% profit margin on their products, which is really good. So overall, this is not your typical growth stock, but I do like the company and the trends at play here. And I wanted to make this video because it highlights a lot of the steps I go through when analyzing stocks to invest in myself. Also, this stock has a lot of momentum right now, so it could be a good one to buy and hold for the next year just to see what happens. For me, I will be adding Freshpet to my portfolio, but at a very small position, under 1%. And I am okay with keeping it a smaller position in my portfolio because I do think the growth opportunity here is limited. Freshpet is a $3.3 billion company that operates in a $36 billion segment of the market. Also, the pet food market is only growing by about 10% a year in the US, so as the company grows, its growth rate will probably come down closer to that number. But overall, it has a lot of momentum, and I think this is a stock that should offer market-beating returns over the next couple of years, which is the goal of growth investors like you and me who invest in individual stocks. So go ahead and check out Freshpet and see if it would be a good fit for your portfolio. And a friendly reminder, guys, to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I make videos every single week about investing and how you can grow your portfolio, whether you have a small portfolio or whether you are managing a large one. So go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.